Pay attention, creepy weirdo.
I would like a strong, powerful woman to protect me.
He'll fight for America.
Yep. Poopy square. The Playable Characters Podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to level 213 of Playable Characters Podcast. This is Brian McGinnis. Hello, everybody. Full disclosure, if you're listening to this, I don't know when this is going to be released. If it's in 2022, well, congratulations, and you're welcome. Here's a new episode for you. I might wait until January for tax purposes. There's no taxes in podcasting. I might wait. If not, whatever. We don't know what's going on. You guys know lately they've been spotty, not quality. Quality's been top notch, but spotty. But we're gonna get back into it regularly now that I'm settled in the new place. But yeah, things are good, everybody. You know, the book, which I've been teasing for fucking 2 years now. I'm sorry. It's almost it's done, let's say. I just have to give it to people. So the book, if you're still a fan of the show, which I hope you're listening, you are, it's probably coming soon. This year, if it's 2023. I think it's coming. So I'll keep you all posted. Stop yelling at me. It's coming. Let's dive in. So excited for this guest today. You guys know we get the best here. We get the best guests. We get the most interesting guests. Now, look, I didn't know much about this game, this person's game that they're a star of. I had to look it up. I feel like I'm on some list now. I feel like I should not be looking up this game as a 42-year-old white man. But I did, and I'm so excited. We're going to talk to Teyvat's best tour guide, Paimon. How are you, Paimon?
Yay! Paimon is so excited to be here.
Oh my
Thank you
God.
so much for having Paimon. And you're right. I mean, really, I am the best tour guide.
Yeah.
And Teyvat, the traveler, would highly recommend me.
That's
and
good.
I will say I'm
yeah.
the star. You're right about that.
It seems like people like you. You're from Genshin Impact. People like you. Now, you say you're the best tour guide. Are there other tour guides that floating around? I mean, it's floating. I don't know if that's offensive. You are a fairy kind of floating around, right? So yeah. Let's get into it, Paimon.
Paimon is not a fairy.
Oh,
Okay.
So sorry.
I'm going to forgive you because you did invite Paimon to be
Right.
here tonight. And
Yes.
so, deep breath.
Deep breath.
You know, I've really been working on my breathing. Mona has helped me with that.
Sure. Oh,
This is not the first time that Paimon has been mischaracterized in my life.
that's what the show is for. Let's get into it. Let's set the record straight. Okay, we say fairies. That could be offensive. I don't know. So what? Again, what are you? If I could ask that as well.
Paimon is Paimon,
Yeah.
which is probably the most 2022 to 2023 answer, but it's the truth. I mean,
Yeah.
Paimon is Paimon, and
Sure.
Paimon really. People ask me this all the time, and travelers called me emergency food.
Yeah. What's that
So
about?
rude.
What they don't want to? They want to eat you? Like, are fairies delicious?
Again, not a fairy.
Sorry. I have to. You do look delicious. I mean, I would say Link likes to eat them. I think, right? I'm sure you know Link and Navi. Do you know Navi? That annoying thing.
I'm aware
Okay.
of their presence.
Of course.
Very aware of that. I will have to say, if you keep calling me that, there is a really good lawyer in the Teyvat Islands, and I might need to contact her.
I'm so sorry.
Because that is actually fraud.
Oh, wow.
And
Wow,
defamation of character.
Right, we're learning something.
Quite frankly, Paimon is Paimon, and I just, like being called emergency food. It was, a funny inside joke that the traveler and I had.
Mm-hmm.
But then Paimon really didn't like it. Paimon started to fight back because I don't want to be eaten. I think I'm very valuable to the team. And as you said, a star.
A star.
Like, when we have team meetings, I have the wittiest commentary. I mean, I'm the B. Arthur of the group, if anything.
I'm surprised you know that reference.
Of course. There is Golden Girls in every universe.
That's amazing.
That's what I hear.
I got some good residuals in that.
Oh my God, of course.
Very nice. Very
They're
nice.
still alive in our timeline, I hear. But,
Oh, that's good. I think most of them have died. They're all pretty old in my timeline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really sad. But Paimon's
Third,
about joy.
the third person. So,
What? I don't know what you mean. Paimon
I-
just Paimons.
I know you said that. So okay, again, I don't. What if I can't say fairy? What are you? What? It's indeed.
Everywhere we go,
Mm.
Paimon is called something different.
Oh.
I've had people call Paimon a robot, but that was like an
Mm.
undercover mission, so I let it slide. It was like
That's fun.
Paimon, Clank, Paimon, and like that was a gag. Like we were a
Oh,
team.
Yeah.
Okay, that's different.
Mm.
But like when people call me the floaty thing
Mm.
or emergency food or my least favorite, a mascot? Are you kidding me?
And
I'm a
mascots are-
valuable member.
Mascots are valuable. They're not bad. Why is
They're
that so
not-
wrong to be called a mascot?
It really, anytime I've been called that, it just really angers me to my core because I'm not
Right.
just a spirit of like, rah, rah, go
Right.
traveler, find
Right.
your brother. Like, I give genuine
Mm.
commentary.
Okay.
I give genuine, actionable results. The only nickname that I've started to accept
Mhm.
is from Ito. He calls
Mm.
me his little purple melon. I'm fine with that.
Little purple
Ito's-
melon.
Yeah, that's a kind of fruit that you find in Inazuma. I mean,
Yeah,
like-
our melons aren't purple, but that sounds delicious.
yeah,
Once-
it's real spicy in
Spicy
in
melon?
Inazuma because it's like the electricity. Because everybody has a vision, which
Mm.
like the visions are these little circles that kind of
Right.
tell what power you are. Like maybe
Okay.
you're electric or fire or
Oh.
water. Just like the slime everywhere. The slime could be fire or grass or water. But if you're a person and not a slime, you got to
Yeah.
have a little identifying badge. Unless
Just
I
so
am
many-
going to spill some tea.
so many rules. Yeah.
I am going to spill some tea. The traveler
Uh-huh.
doesn't even have a vision. I don't get it.
Oy.
I don't understand. Like, it's just, and you're not even, is your seatbelt buckled?
Yeah, I'm good.
It's buckled?
Uh-huh. Let's hold on. I'll double check. Yes.
It can use multiple powers. I don't know anybody in Teyvat that can do that. So
That's cool.
I know, and I'm their tour guide.
Yeah.
So the traveler literally can't help anybody
Mm.
without me.
There you
So-
go.
That's why it's so insulting to me when people are out there saying, Paimon's a mascot. Paimon is emergency food.
Right.
Paimon has feelings.
Have
Paimon
people
is awesome.
tried to eat you? Sorry if this is a rough subject. I mean, you're small, but you're not that small, I guess.
I think people just must think that I'm magically delicious, and that is not the case. And the traveler has joked many a time, and sometimes I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna set the record straight.
Let's do it.
I think they might eat me one day. I don't know what's a joke anymore.
Now you have magical powers, or do you? Because if he tries to eat you, can you just like explode his stomach or something? Is that a thing?
So,
Like Alien? We have a movie called Alien here. I'm not sure if you've seen that.
no, I don't. I'm not aware. Alien, I'm really not aware of that.
That's
you
Alien.
know, but thank you for sharing. That must have been brave for you.
Yeah.
Paimon is powerful. Like the traveler and I were talking about this. We were actually on this mountain,
Mhm.
and they were telling me like how the rain was like this god that was crying, but that it
Wow.
really couldn't be that because like she had never seen a god cry. And I was
Right.
like, traveler, you've seen me cry. And do you know what the traveler had the audacity to tell me?
No idea.
She was like, oh, if you're a god, let me guess, you're the god of slimes. You're the god of eating too much. You're the god
Wow.
of like being emergency food. And of course, I'm like,
That's crazy.
first of all, rude.
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 Same thing.
Rude. Secondly, Paimon
Yeah.
is the god
Mm-hmm.
The god. You ready
Mhm.
for this?
I'm ready.
Of protection.
That's a great one. You
And
know?
then they questioned me. They said, "What?" And here's my reasoning.
Yeah.
I'm the traveler's bodyguard, so of course I'm the god of protection.
Why are you even protecting this traveler if they're rude to you and mean to you?
I ask my okay.
Are you like bound by some sacred or spiritual code or something like that?
Paimon's just like really nice. Paimon's actually a great person, but I will say I will
You
give
seem
credit.
awesome.
Thank you. Paimon knows.
Yeah.
But I have to be honest. I mean, it's kind of out there. Like, I've never lied about it. But Paimon was drowning. And like Paimon's just not a great swimmer. Because you've seen me. I float.
You
not
float, yeah.
Very.
Right. Well, you still haven't told us what you are, but I have.
Paimon is Paimon. Paimon doesn't have anything else to say.
I read that they found you in a lake and you were drowning, but like I was wondering how you could float, you could fly. Like, how do you drown or almost drown? Did you just get really wet and heavy? Is that what happened?
It was a really traumatic experience.
I don't
I
doubt.
saw an ice slime, and I was like, that slime really looks like it could be a lot of fun. And so I went with my heart, I went with my heart.
Yeah.
Okay, see, Paimon doesn't do well when Paimon's sad, because then Paimon says things like "I," and that's not Paimon. That's dirty traveler talk.
Filthy.
So, plebeian behavior. Some Shaznia shit. Anyway, Paimon saw an ice slime.
Sure.
And Paimon's fascinated by slime. Now, am I out there fighting slime? God, no. Gods, no. Okay? Gods, no.
Right, all of them.
That's traveler's kind of deal. Okay?
Right.
Paimon does enough. But at the time, Paimon was just being Paimon. And I was exploratory. I was putting myself out there. And then I put myself out there too much. And I started to drown. And then suddenly, out of the clear blue sky, a hook emerged. And Paimon was on a fishing rod. And as I floated, thinking, is this the end? Do we all just get fished out of this weird, weird world? Suddenly, like a vision, a blonde, child, pubescent-looking person fished me out.
Yeah.
And was like, hi. And I was like, Paimon was like, Paimon had a fish come out. It was a whole thing. And then after that, we became friends and we sat on the beach for 2 whole months just talking.
That's a long time.
Just exchanging stories. And then after 2 months, after hearing the traveler for the 439th time recount how she had been separated from her brother from an unknown god. God, we get it. Paimon gets it. I've just heard it 439 times. You're drawing pictures in the sand? What are you gonna do? Go to Wayman's Books and become an author? You're practicing your drawing? Paimon should set you up with the traveler so you could tell her how to publish a book, because it sounds like you got one coming. The traveler certainly doesn't, because she just, where? Oh, my brother got put in a box. I'm so sad. What's gonna happen next? Then I was in a box to nothingness. We all feel nothing. That's why we get therapy. But what does Paimon know? So one day Paimon got sick of her shit. I mean, became a tour guide. And I was, Paimon thought about it and was like, oh my God, we're like right near Mondstadt, the city of freedom, and Paimon needs to be free of this bitch. I mean, help my friend find her brother.
Yeah.
And so journey. And ever since then, Paimon has gone like a brave hero from land to land, sea to sea, no drowning. And we have really explored. I'm talking from the Jade Chamber to, we actually met Lord Barbados. And that might sound impressive.
Yeah, it does. Who is that?
He's a tone-deaf bard.
Oh.
Paimon literally thinks he's kind of an idiot. If you want the truth, I think,
We do.
to be honest, Venti could be doing more. So you want a world of freedom? Sure. Okay? Nobody's pro-communism. We saw how it ended up for Inazuma. Nobody's saying, Señor. Like, nobody's doing that. Okay? But Venti could go to a meeting. Venti could be present. But instead he plays dumbass music in the town square and cries for a dragon. Really? Paimon could do the same thing. God of protection. I'm out there adventuring. Oh, hey, I'm a god, but why don't you, this child I don't even know happens to have powers that I'm unaware of, why don't you go into a dungeon and defeat a dragon who, by the way, is my best friend? What? Are you kidding me? Paimon can't believe this.
I can't believe what just happened the last 12 minutes.
Just awful. Paimon's life is a disaster. But does Paimon wake up, where, my brother's missing? Or does Paimon get up, get to work, and have hilarious wit?
I mean, first of all, folks, I hope you appreciate this show as much as I do. Fucking A. That was one of the craziest rants we've ever had on this show, and I appreciate every second of that, Paimon. Thank you so much.
I'm really hoping, I've been looking at the YouTube lately, and I saw top 10 anime battles,
Yeah.
and Paimon wishes to be on one of those one day. Paimon wants to be a winner in everything.
You've
So
won this
Paimon
podcast.
Yes.
You've won this. I had 100 questions to ask you. I forgot them all because you've said so much. That was very informative, by the way. My goodness. Thank you.
Paimon tries. Paimon really is a doer. Paimon's a lover.
Can I ask one thing? Why is there so much slime all over the place where you live?
Okay, so, I mean, you're the one that asked, right? I didn't open the door.
Right.
I'm checking with my lawyer really quickly. Okay, it seems I can talk about it. All right. Buckling our seatbelts.
Sure, never unbuckled. It is
'Cause,
still
you know,
buckled.
I went into Klee's rocket ship once.
Mhm.
There were no seatbelts. We
It's
flew
like-
from Mondstadt to an undisclosed location. No seatbelts. We could have died.
Like a children's school bus in America.
Horrific. Oh,
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. Even our carts have imaginary ones. But anyway,
Imagine it would be fun.
Paimon's going to give you the deal on the slimes,
Please.
the mages, and the weird child molester looking warriors. Okay,
Jesus.
Paimon's going to give you the full tea. You
What a-
asked for it.
What a world.
All right? You ready?
I don't
I'm
know.
ready to tell you.
I don't
Okay?
think I-
So there's two real big entities
Sure.
going on, okay? There's the Abyss Order,
Uh-huh.
and then there's the Fatui.
Patui?
The Fatui.
Oh, not Patui. Not like that.
Fatui.
Fatui.
Fatui. Okay. Paimon can get into character.
I can tell.
In a world disrupted by slime and others. There's the Abyss Order, who are ran by a mysterious traveler look-alike
Man.
who is like, the
They always
world is
are.
chaos, and so are we.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone who needs a therapist. I mean, really, that's really, in my opinion, you know, some people run to love in this game. I think they should run to therapy, but who's Paimon to judge?
Sure.
Who's Paimon to judge?
Right.
The slimes are evil.
Yeah, always are. There's very few good slimes out there. Slimer maybe from Ghostbusters, but that's about it. Yeah.
I'll have to take Paimon will take your word.
Sure.
But Shang Ling is a chef
Okay.
from Liwei.
Sure. Is that a
And
store?
no, Liwei is a continent, is a landmass.
Sure.
Paimon didn't go to school. Paimon's school was life.
You're doing great with no schooling, let me tell you.
Paimon is Paimon.
Yes.
Paimon is by winning in this
Yes.
interview. Okay, Liwei is a place kind of near Mondstadt. Like you could walk in Mondstadt, but Mondstadt is like real big. Like there's mountains that if you actually go there, like for some reason no one has a jacket, so you freeze to death all the time unless you eat goulash or a hot dish.
That's bad planning right there. Just bring a jacket.
But Liwei doesn't have anything like that. Liwei, you just go and you exist.
Yeah.
And they have really good markets, and Zhongling is there. And when Paimon met Zhongling, magical things happened because Zhongling taught Paimon you can eat slimes.
Oh.
And Paimon used to think, yo, that's gross.
Yeah.
Who would put all this slime in their mouths?
Yeah.
Zhongling would.
It's like
Zhongling will put it in a pan and cook it up and then put it in Paimon's mouth. Delicious. So I was like, Traveler, take some notes. You're going to make this for Paimon all day, every day. Because Paimon is food motivated.
Yeah.
No food, no traveling.
But you are not food. We've established that. You are not emergency. Was it emergency food? Is that what they call you?
That's right. Yes, you are correct. Paimon is not that.
Okay.
So, slime, evil, but delicious. Haley Churl, kind of sad. Technically bad. Paimon feels bad. Okay, because this little girl is like a philosopher.
Yeah.
Like, she's like an academia student, and she was like, did you know you could speak to Hilly Churls and speak their language? And then Paimon and Traveler did a side quest, and it made Paimon cry. So now, when Traveler kills the Hilly Churls, Paimon feels something in her heart. Except for the big ones. The big ones are scary, and they could go like, blah, snap Paimon in half. Paimon doesn't appreciate that. Don't come for Paimon. Go for the one with a sword.
Right. Or a spine.
Yeah. What the heck? Why are you trying to get with Paimon? Paimon's not doing anything. But whatever. But I am the god of protection, so I mean, I get it.
Right.
I get it.
So you're bringing the Traveler to find her brother, right? That old tale. What's taking so long?
Well, she can't stop crying. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Every 5 seconds, it's a new memory. I remember something about my brother and I's tragic past.
Oh, God.
Still processing with Paimon. Paimon doesn't have a PhD for that. Okay? Paimon's the god of protection, not the god of my sad-ass backstory. But, we have to go to all these places because, like the Traveler isn't just looking for her brother. You know? The Traveler is really like working her ranks in the Adventurers Guild. So like we take commissions, we go on adventures together.
All right.
And we're having this really cool adventure of friendship.
That's nice. That's beautiful. Yeah, I mean the name's the Traveler. The name's not the Finder. They're not finding anything. You're just your Traveler.
We're traveling. That's right. And we've been traveling through means of friendship, not Mora. Because, it's weird. Like, in Teyvat Islands, if you want your characters to be stronger, you have to pay money.
Sure.
And it's really annoying. So, like, we can't afford to, like, both travel to Inazuma and pay 500,000 Mora to get to a level 45.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah. And then there's a lot of gambling.
Oh, okay. I like gambling. Blackjack, or what do you gamble? Souls?
Cute characters. Yes, souls. Exactly. You're familiar. Paimon's glad you know. Because if Traveler makes friends with someone and decides, I want to travel with this person.
Okay.
Then the traveler needs to use a currency of US dollars
Sure.
to Primogem. And the Primogems
Yeah.
are our currency to purchase many things. Like the wishes.
Sure.
Because in the wish system, there's the blue ones and the pink ones.
You can buy wishes?
Yes.
And they work?
They don't always come true.
Ah, fuck. See, that's the problem. I'd be so mad if I bought a wish and it didn't work.
I know someone named Sabrina who spent 300 of these US dollars between her and her husband. And they got one character that they wanted.
Oh, they seem crazy, those two.
They do. That's probably why they haven't had kids yet. They're too busy trying to buy virtual love. Another one that needs therapy, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Anyway.
That's how the traveler gets to make a friend, is money.
Is it fun when someone joins the party? Because I mean, I assume you got to get sick of the traveler eventually. You got someone else to kind of talk with. Do they enjoy your company as well, or how does that go?
Oh yeah, Paimon's got some favorites and some least favorites.
Of course, we all do. Yeah.
I have a lot of feelings again about the tone deaf bard. Personally,
I can tell you don't like that guy.
Don't feel like he pulls his weight.
No.
Also, don't really like the blue-haired kid from Leeway. I find him to be incredibly entitled. You know?
Oh, interesting.
He just tries to act like a little lazy, silly goose. And then suddenly he's like the heir to like this big corporation and has a bunch of pool. Okay.
That sounds
Make it make sense.
That's very familiar to my world.
Very odd. You know, I don't have time for that kind of energy, but whatever. No. They're in the party. We have to get along for greater good.
Do you eventually, do they die? Do you kill them? Do you send them off and just kind of lose them and go a different way? Or how do you get rid of people in the party that you don't like?
So there's this teapot that this old woman gave us. Oh. And she's like, maybe an adeptus, maybe not. Paimon only half listens. Sometimes it feels like if people are talking, like someone's just pressing A over and over and over again because they can't care to read the dialogue.
It seems sometimes. It seems like you talk a lot. You were voted. I saw the 18th most annoying character. How do you feel about that? So far, you're number one. The opposite. This is amazing. But it's good to be on a list. I guess I don't know, but I found that interesting.
Paimon gives no shits.
I can tell you don't.
Paimon thinks, you know what? You think Paimon's annoying? Well, your ass is lost in the Teyvat Islands, huh? Don't listen to Paimon?
Have fun getting home, jerk, right?
Yeah. That's just how Paimon feels.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 Primogems up your way, because doesn't matter how many wishes you make, ain't none of those characters got an internal GPS like Paimon.
That's awesome. That's so you just know you just know where to go. You know how to get everywhere. Is that like that's a power in itself? You just kind of know the way. Do you smell it? Do you feel it? How does that work?
Even when Paimon doesn't know, Paimon's good at pretending to know. And that's a life skill. Paimon's never going to go to the traveler and be like, I don't know how to get there.
Right.
I'm going to say, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Let's find a restaurant that miraculously might be near where we're going.
Okay.
Or, I'm sleepy. Let's find somewhere to sleep. Oh, damn. It's where we needed to go. Paimon just goes with the flow.
Yeah.
And now look, Paimon just saved your damn life.
Look at that. That's I mean, I haven't got that in my notes yet today, folks. But Paimon's really giving it to me today. It's amazing.
Paimon's not annoying. Paimon's not annoying. Paimon is enhancing people's lives. They just have to accept it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm convinced. I wish I had you follow me around, just in case. Now, if I wanted to, you've got a protection. Can I just I don't know, just walk around and just get into a random fight with somebody, trip them on the street and be like, hey, loser, and they get up and try to fight me? Would you step in? How's that work?
The traveler is very OP'd, so it works for the traveler. So I say, why not try? And if you die, you won't know.
Wait, okay, yeah, but okay. Maybe I'm not gonna try it yet. Unless you promise me you'll protect me. You know?
God is a self-imposed title.
Oh, really? You have the halo above your head. I see it. You have that halo there.
It's a
Wait,
Paimon thing.
Is that floating or is that actually just stuck into your shirt? Like what's going on there?
It's just floating there.
Okay, okay. So it's a real halo.
Noticed. Paimon doesn't have confirmation from any of the gods, but
Oh.
Paimon did notice in certain quests that her halo, Paimon's halo,
Sure.
was matching some structural objects. So
Oh.
Paimon doesn't know what that's about. I think Paimon just thinks she's a trendsetter. Paimon's a trendsetter.
I think so. You know, I mean, are there other? Do you have a family? Do you have other people like you that you can talk to as a traveler? I mean, I don't know if you can talk to about your powers and your feelings, do you? But do you have people like you? Not fairies, obviously. 'Cause we don't know what you are yet. But like,
Paimon talks to Paimon.
oh, jeez. Okay.
Paimon's family.
You can. There's got to be somebody you could chat with. I think I don't know. It would help maybe because you do so much listening. Maybe you need someone to listen to you.
Well, to be honest, Brian.
Yeah.
That's why Paimon really wanted to talk to the slimes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say me, but yeah, okay. The slimes. Those damn slimes. But they're evil, right?
Paimon just wanted a friend.
But
and through drowning, Paimon was reborn into a friend. To an annoying bitch, but still a friend.
If there was like a list of 10 things that I could be friends with, slime would be the last one I would try.
But you don't live in Tibet. I mean, there's not a lot to choose from in Tibet.
That sucks, I guess. Yeah. Wow. All right. This has been like mind-blowingly informative. We learned a lot. We got to go soon. Anything else you want to tell our listeners, our fans? Anything you want to tell the traveler? I don't know. Like, what's the traveler doing right now? Are you allowed to like just kind of be here? Are they lost somewhere without you?
So we're in the teapot that I was telling you about. There's actually there's like a McMansion inside of it, and the traveler got to decorate it. And Paimon has her own room, so I'm actually like talking to you in my teapot room. Gotcha. I think the traveler's just like petting a dog or sleeping. That's what I think happens when when we don't feel the presence of others, because when people look at us, we can't touch animals. But I think when people don't look at us, we pet them.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing better than petting a dog, you know. So if they want to pet it off for 30 minutes straight, go for it.
It's been a rough week, Brian. It's been a rough week.
Always is.
We got our asses electrocuted. We had to figure out botany and academics. It's been a lot.
Like botany, like in one day, botany.
It's just, we tripped on some drugs and we had to talk to a tree. It was like really involved. Like sometimes you just gotta pet a dog after all that heroing,
Totally. Oh my goodness. Hey, do you want to play a quick game with me before we go?
Oh, Paimon loves games.
Let's play a game of Wed, Bed, Dead, everybody. It's America's favorite podcast game show. Paimon, I'm gonna give you 3 video game characters. All you gotta do is tell me who you want to wed, who you want to bed, and who you want dead. Okay?
Paimon can do that.
Yeah, and I'll show you some pictures on the screen in case you're unfamiliar with these fine folks here. I did have them. Oh no, they're gone. Hold on 1 second here. I did have all 3. There's another one.
It's happening to Paimon again.
Nope,
everyone's leaving.
Definitely not your fault. It is. There we go. Okay, so this first one, from game of the decade for me, one of the best games, and my favorite character in this new game. It's Freya from God of War Ragnarok. Freya is a witch. She's the ex-wife of Odin, who, spoiler alert, Kratos fucked up big time. But if you haven't played it by now, you should. Freya was my character of the game. I loved her. She's a witch. She's powerful. She's mean. She's nice. She can do it all. And she's freaking awesome. So here's Freya. The next character, a little different. We have a little old Dixie Kong. We got Dixie Kong from the Donkey Kong Country world. Cute little monkey with a long blonde ponytail and She's got a pink beret if you like that kind of stuff. And this next one of my favorite games as a kid, we got Zitz the Battletoad. Everybody, this little picture says, "I'm the smartest thing on webbed feet. I can think as well as fight." Good for you, Zitz. You definitely are very smart. Very diverse choices here, Paimon. We got Freya, Dixie Kong, and Zitz the Battletoad. Wed, Bed, Dead. What are your choices here?
Easy for Paimon.
Really? Okay.
Yes. What was the second one's name?
Dixie Kong.
Dixie Kong.
I believe it's already. Sorry. Sorry, Dixie. Yeah. How come? Not a monkey fan?
There can only be one small cute thing.
That's okay.
And in marriage or bed, it must be Paimon.
There you go. Love it. That's a good reason for you. Yeah. So Dixie's dead. All right.
Bye, bitch.
I think it's Donkey's niece, if I'm correct. I don't know. I forget.
It was Donkey's niece. She's dead now.
She's dead now. All right. So wed. So you got wed or bed. You got Freya or Zitz.
Okay. We're gonna marry Freya.
Yeah. Interesting.
Paimon thinks Freya would be an excellent life partner. Freya seems resourceful, which, the traveler resolves a lot for Paimon. Freya's beautiful, so very simple, check mark. Also, Freya just seems like she would listen to Paimon and not eat her.
Yeah.
So, done.
I love it.
Wed, check. So, Zitz, do you see him?
Sure, it's gonna be a fun night. Look at this guy.
He's smart. He knows to listen to Paimon.
He's so smart.
He seems like he's smart enough to listen to Paimon and her needs.
Yeah. He's ripped. Now, you're a, for lack of a better word, I don't a small thing. I don't know. How would you and Zitz? How would that work?
Excellent.
Because he's a big ass toad. He's like 9 feet tall, I think.
Some people say this as an excuse for smaller situations, but I use it for big too.
Sure.
It's not the size, it's the motion of the ocean. And if you can get a good rhythm, which I believe Paimon and Zitz will, that's what matters. Also, he looks very comfortable to snooze on after, with the pillows.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah.
Paimon sleeps on a beach sometimes, so I think, Paimon feels good about this. Paimon feels like this was a slam dunk.
Yeah.
No regrets in murder, marriage, or bed.
Look at that. That's very, very rare. You get the trifecta of no regrets out of this game.
Paimon wins!
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. What I'm going to do... See, Freya, I just fell in love with her during the game. I was just like, I think I'm in love with this character. She's awesome. She kicks ass. But do I want to wed her or do I want to bet her? That's the dilemma of this there, right? So being married to a witch, a super powerful witch, pretty enticing, I gotta say. But that might be a magical night as well. I don't know. I gotta think. You know what? I'm gonna stick with you, Dixie. I'm sorry. I think you're done. I think you're gonna out of these choices, you're dead. 9 out of 10 times in this one. You're cute, but can't marry a monkey. I can't bet a monkey. So, sorry. Love Battletoads. Love them. He might be a little too. I'm open to it. He might be just a little too jacked for me to bet him. I'm a big guy. I don't think I can have someone bigger than me. So I will wed Zitz. He goes on adventures. He goes on, cool trips. I can go with him. I can just hang out. Oh, this is my husband, Zitz. We're just hanging out. I can see the world with him. Which I guess, Freya, let's do it. We'll have a good, fun night. She might kill me. Hey, if that happens, I won't know about it. Like you said, I'll just die. So there we go. I'll die doing what I love to do. Bang witches. So I think there we go.
Paimon is smaller than everyone, so see, Paimon didn't have that problem. Paimon is tiny.
You are, yeah. I'm 6'6". I'm a big guy. And this Zitz is like, I assume he's around that height, but way more jacked than me.
Paimon thinks you must be Edo size, which means you can run fast because the taller you are, the faster you can run in Teyvat.
That's super helpful. Not for me. I was never a quick runner in high school. Yeah.
Fascinating.
I do have long strides though, so it makes me look fast. It's deceiving, you know what I mean? So that's how I get away with it. Damn, Paimon, I mean, this has been amazing. I can't thank you enough. We've learned so much about the Genshin Impact, whatever that is. We didn't even talk about that. What is that, by the way? What does that mean? I don't even know. What is Genshin? You don't know either?
There are these things that impact you in life.
Sure.
And Genshin is one of them.
I'll take it. It's fine with me. So, Paimon, thanks again. Any last words you want to leave our listeners? Any words of wisdom or words of travel? I don't know anything.
Well, Brian or listeners, I hope you think about traveling to the Teyvat Islands, and if you do, I'll give you a low rate on Mora of just like 500,000 up front, and you will have to include all of my meals. Paimon loves to eat.
Right.
So
can I bring snacks? Can I just bring snacks?
Sure. Paimon's favorite is sticky honey roast.
Don't have those.
But I could send you a menu, and like if you would rather work off the Mora and just be my personal chef, Paimon would be fine with that.
Have you ever had Doritos?
Paimon is not. What is a Dorito?
I'll bring you some Doritos. They're delicious.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Paimon looks forward to it, but thank you for having me and for acknowledging how great I am.
You're so great.
Paimon is.
You're great. This podcast is great. Listeners, you're great. Thank you, everybody, for listening. You're the best. We'll be back next week with our episode. Thank you for listening to Playable Characters Podcast, and bye, everybody.
Bye.
Today's playable character was played by Sabrina Otero. Find her on TikTok at Brie Noel and on Instagram at noble_land_mermaid.